This is the Great Basin prescribed fire weather briefing for the last day of February. It's Friday, looking at current burn projects in the purple. Small wildfires, it's that dormant time of year. This one up in the Uinta Basin, some recent ones in the yellow further south. Look at precipitation the past 7 days, quite dry to the south, bone dry. Had light to moderate precipitation as you head further north. Our 100-hour fuels reflect this with very moist readings in the north, the dark green being over 30 or 20%, but then values closer to 10% or even upper single digits in the far south. And our eddy or flash drought index last 2 months shows extreme drought conditions in that far southern third of the geographic area. Our snowpack near normal for many areas except the southern quarter of our region, especially down towards the Arizona Strip, some of the higher terrain there, maybe 35 to 65% of normal, but from the Wasatch on northwards, near normal, even pockets of above normal in northern Nevada. High pressure ridge building in today. You see the dry, tannish air mass. Under that high, you typically get poor air quality, and that's kind of what we're seeing today, especially the areas in the red and purple. Surface winds up there fairly light. A bit of a northerly drift, maybe 5 to 10 miles an hour further south. You see the humidities, again, extremely dry, midsummer dryness, 7 to 9% in the southern third of the area, but back up to between 20 and 40% further north. Those are actually pretty good values up north for some prescribed burning if you can get past the air quality. Here are the transport winds, and the afternoon mixing heights quite low down there in up there in Idaho and western Wyoming. And then looking at Saturday, high pressure ridge still holding in, but there's a closed low pushing into Southern California with clouds and maybe some light precip into far southern Nevada. The ventilation down there, overall dispersion very good in the areas in the white, but poor areas in the purple under that high pressure ridge. You can see the surface winds picking up a bit in the south, still light in the north, and humidity. Similar story, though, starting to increase a little bit in the west. These are the transport winds and mixing heights. And then looking on Sunday, the low kind of moves northwards. We see a bit more moisture into western Nevada. Still the best dispersion in the south. Still hanging in with poor dispersion areas here in the purple under that high pressure ridge. But the winds in the south are picking up both at the surface and at the transport wind level, and mixing heights vertically starting to improve significantly as well. Day 1 to day 3 precipitation, light to locally moderate in the western Great Basin. And then this low pressure area does move inland across the Great Basin on Monday, bringing clouds and light precipitation. You can see the pattern of that storm system starting to depart on Tuesday, and much improved overall dispersion. Many more areas in the white and the yellow before high pressure starts building back in by Wednesday. And then Thursday, we'll watch another storm system moving in with more clouds and maybe some unsettled weather for the southern half of the region. This is our day 4, day 5 precip from Monday night through Wednesday night. And then Wednesday night through Friday night, some steadier precipitation expected across some of the higher terrain areas in the southern and central Great Basin. 7-day totals, that's actually off. But the 8 to 14-day outlook does show cooler than normal and wetter than normal conditions for much of the area. So we are looking at a pattern change as we go into the early to middle parts of March. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.